Welcome to ProCons, the professional concepts. I am E. Ganesa Kumar. This is my first video after the introduction. There was a confusion in choosing which topic shall I proceed with, and I chose a topic which is closer to my heart. That is project management plan, its importance and significance. Why it is so closer to my heart? There are various reasons. Let's go through it one by one. All of us want to be successful in our life, successful in our career, right? Similarly, every project manager is no exception, right? Every project manager is no exception. They all want all their projects to be successful, right? So, every project manager has the desire to complete all their projects successfully. But how many projects are really successful? That's a big question mark, right? Now, how to measure a project was really successfully completed or not? What are the measures by which one can authentically say that any project was successfully completed? How to ensure that all stakeholders accept that the project was successfully completed? Now, the project managers have the desire to complete their project successfully. Having the desire to complete the project successfully itself is not sufficient, right? So, even if they say they have successfully completed the project, what are all the measures by which they are authentically saying that they have completed the project successfully? I would like to bring an example. I was working in a company. I got a new assignment from another company and I left that company. So, while interacting with the project manager of that previous company, I just asked him, have you completed that project? He proudly said, yes, I have completed that project. Now, my next question was, did you get the final payment? There was a hesitation from his side. I could understand that he did not get the final payment. Now, he has completed the project, he has handed over the project, but he did not get the payment. Whether to treat this as a successful completion is a big question mark. So, how to measure authentically that the project is completed successfully is a big question mark. Now, how to ensure that all stakeholders accept that the project was successfully completed? One should know the definition of stakeholders. Stakeholders are those who are directly or indirectly associated with the project, and all those people who are positively or negatively affected by the outcome of the project. All those people are stakeholders. Now, I would like to bring an example so that one can easily understand. The municipality wants to lay a water pipeline from one place to another place. So here the client is municipality. They award the contract to a contractor. Here the performing organization is a contractor. He is a stakeholder. There is a consultant to ensure that all the works are happening within the time, within the cost, within the engineering requirements. So he is a stakeholder. Now, these pipelines are crossing through one person's personal property. Should we consider him as a stakeholder or not? We should, because he is affected by the outcome of the project. So, when we complete the project, whether that person will definitely ensure or accept that the project was completed successfully, it's a big question mark. So, how to measure the success of a project is debatable, right? There was a company, PricewaterhouseCoopers. They are from Europe. They conducted an analysis on project success rate. They involved 30 countries and they analyzed 10,640 projects. The total worth of the project was 7.2 billion USD. Size of the projects analyzed were large, medium, and small. Year of analysis was 2004 to 2006. They arrived at a conclusion that global project success rate was in 2006 was 2.5%. Is it not alarming? Yes, it is a challenge. And what might have gone wrong, right? It's a big question mark. What might have gone wrong is a big question mark, right? So, analysis was conducted, even though this analysis was conducted in 2004 and 2006, between 2004 and 6, the success rate was 2.5%. If you conduct the analysis now, the success percentage may be around 20%. Still, it is alarming, right? What might have gone wrong? Now, the root cause of this low success rate, if you look at the root cause of this low success rate, we have to ask 5 whys and 5 hows. For the successful projects, we have to ask 5 hows, how the project was successful. For the unsuccessful projects, we have to ask 5 whys. The root cause of success or failure of a project is going to be project management plan and project documents. These are going to be the root cause. If you analyze the successful projects, you will find that the project manager initiated, planned, prepared, approved, monitored, and controlled the project management plan and project documents throughout the project. The project was managed, executed, monitored, and controlled as per the project management plan. If you analyze the root cause of unsuccessful projects, you will find that the project manager either did not initiate, plan, prepare, approve, and monitor and control the project management plan and documents, or they were having these documents but they did not give due care during the project progress. So, the projects were managed in an ad hoc basis and those projects failed. This is the scenario in most of the companies these days. Hence, in order to get the projects completed successfully, it is essential to have an approved project management plan and project documents in place, right? So, it's evident that very few projects achieve the objectives of the projects. They definitely have a project management plan and the project documents in place, but the bug doesn't stop here, right? It's not only important to have the project management plan and documents in place, it's equally important to execute the projects as per the project management plan, to monitor and control the project execution as per the project management plan, to prepare, update, and communicate the project documents periodically as per the project management plan, to close the project as per the project management plan. Most of the projects, particularly the EPC projects, do not get closed so easily, right? Those people who are in EPC projects, they understand what I say, because majority of the projects do not have project management plan. Even if they have a project management plan, they do not have a closing procedure for the particular project. Even if they have a closing procedure, it was not followed for some reasons, right? Because of that only it happens. Okay. So, importance of project management plan. Projects have evidently become the core activity in most companies and organizations. Whether it is an IT project or EPC project or construction alone, or any other kind of projects, even companies like manufacturing companies like Ashok Leyland, Tata Motors, etc. They earn their maximum revenue through projects. Okay, how? A company like Ashok Leyland or Tata Motors, every year they get their own targets. Each year target is subdivided into quarterly targets and further divided into monthly targets. If you want to achieve a target, that itself is becoming a project. So, project by definition itself says it's a temporary endeavor undertaken in order to make a project or service, right? So, these projects have definite start date and end date, right? Like this, so many attributes are there towards project. So projects have become the core activity in most of the companies and organizations. The companies are investing significant amount of resources in different types of projects. Sustainability is the key to survival, right? Successful completion of projects is the key to sustainability, right? Even a company like Ashok Leyland, they have to successfully complete their project, means their targets, then only the sustainability will be there. So if they really want to have a sustainability, they have to successfully complete the projects. So project management plan is the key to successful completion of the project. So significance of project management plan. The project management plan gives direction to the project. Okay, first of all, one should understand what is project management plan. I would like to say something here. When one of my bosses asked my subordinate to bring a project management plan, he came up with a time schedule. Most of the people think that a time schedule is a project management plan. No. What is project management plan? What it consists, we will see in the next video. So, the project management plan gives direction to the project. Who is going to do what, when, where, how much, and so on, right? An approved project management plan and documents are a kind of bible for the project. approved project management plan we will see in the next topic. So, approved project management plan and documents are a kind of Bible for the project. All stakeholders are bound to abide by them because the project management plan gets approved only when all stakeholders agree to it, provide their consent to it, right? Okay. Hence, right from the beginning, all stakeholders are in one page because project management plan is prepared at the beginning of the project itself. It is circulated to all the stakeholders. All the stakeholders means all concerned stakeholders. They give their consent, they give their what we can say approval. Once they approve it, that means they accept the points mentioned in the project management plan, they are bound to abide by them. Hence, all the people who are associated with the project, they are all in one page right from the beginning of the project, leading to success. Right? I hope you got the point. So, when all the people are in one page, there is the success rate is really going to be very good. Now, what's the reality? The reality is that every organization understands the importance and significance of project management plan and project documents. However, the reality is most of them either do not have project management plan and project documents in their place, or they are being maintained only as an ISO documentation. I authentically say this because I have worked in so many organizations and I have seen this happening around. I joined an organization which is a multinational company. When I was allocated a project, I prepared a project management plan and took it to my boss. My boss was very happy. He told, you have prepared a wonderful document. Give it to engineering team, procurement team, and the quality team, and get their okay. Then it becomes a valid document. Then all these people are bound to abide by this. Fantastic. I went to engineering, they gave their comments. I went to procurement team, they gave their comments. And when I went to quality team, the quality managers told me, we already have a project management plan for our company. Go and ask the ISO person. When I went to meet the person who is looking after the ISO documentation, he gave me another project management plan which was prepared by him for the company. And I asked him, if you are having a project management plan for the company, why have you not shared it with the project management people? It should have been shared once the person who is joining the project team in the company. That time itself, it should be a part of our what you call introduction meeting or what you can induction. Okay, he said, no, we are maintaining it only for ISO purpose, right? It was a multinational company I'm talking about. It's not a small company. So this is a status right now. How you can expect the company to perform very well? Even though the company is performing very well, most of the companies struggle to close the projects because of this reason only. Okay? Okay. So when a company starts performing, why these project management plan procedures and all are not in place, or it is there in place, which kind of companies, that we should understand first. A company which is started initially by one or two people, they get a project, they follow some ad hoc practices and execute the project. Whenever there is a problem comes, they solve it and they proceed further, right? Okay, they are in level 1, we can say. Over a period of time, they gain experience and more people come into the company, and engineering team will be there, procurement team is there, quality team is there, project management team is there. All of them start forming their own procedures and practices. It gets little better. That is maturity level 2. Over a period of time, these departments, internal departments, functional departments, they integrate their procedures and practices and try to become even more refined company, or you can say that they start performing even better, but in a very coordinated manner, that is integrated way. So they enter into level 3. This goes on for some time, and due to more projects are coming in and more practices happen and more work is being done, they start performing consistently with proven methodologies. I'm not talking about technologies here, working way of things, the way things work. Okay, they consistently start practicing proven methodologies, right? Companies, very grown up companies like what we can say Infosys or TCS, they all are in level 4 or level 5, we can say. Okay, so even after that, they attained consistent practices. Okay, after that, what happens? Continual improvements in processes and procedures. They continually try to improve the process and procedures. So, by this itself, one can very well understand in which level we are working at right now. Every company should try to achieve level 5 or even more. Okay, so what's the root cause of not implementing project management plan? The thing is that project management plan is something, what we can say, it is a science and art. Organizations are reluctant to accept changes. Okay, when the organization grow, they grow in numbers, right? There are some experienced project managers already available in the company. They are not sufficient. When the organization grow, they try to bring in trained and certified project management professionals. Then the rivalry and the gap between them start, and the tussle between them start. This is what has happened in many companies, what's happening in many companies. Okay, so and that is the time the top management should participate in the continual improvement. The trained and certified project management professionals, they try to improve the things continually. The experienced project managers, they want the way they have been doing the things for so many years, and this is the truth. This is the bitter truth, right? Both of them clash with each other. The top management is caught between the trained and certified project management professionals and experienced project management managers. Now, they want both of them. They cannot ignore any of them, right? So, they have to participate. The top management has to participate in the continual improvement. If the top management thinks that they can manage the things by numbers, it's very difficult to attain the sustainability. Okay, companies like Ford, they failed miserably just by managing by numbers in 1950s itself. We have seen companies like Satyam going bankrupt just because managing numbers is not sufficient for sustainability. Then this is a serious attempt. In this series, I am attempting to clarify what is project management plan, how it is going to have a positive impact on project success. I would like to bridge the gap between the trained and certified project management professionals and experienced project managers. We need both of them. In any organization, we need both of them, right? The top management should understand this and they should participate in the continual improvement program, right? Which is going to be very successful for their company. Now, the buzzing news is that 70% of the project management activities will be taken over by artificial intelligence by year 2030. Now, the thing is that now itself majority of the project management activities have been taken over by Primavera or MSP or what we can say SAP or any other ERP system. But how effectively these softwares are being used, we all know it very well, right? Okay. All these are used mainly as an accounting tools, not as a project management tools. By year 2030, the project management, 70% of the project management activities will be taken over by artificial intelligence. So those people who are in project management activities, project management, it's time to wake up, right? How? We should know the basics. And the basic for any project management is having project management plan and project management documents in place for each project and executing the project, monitoring and controlling the project, closing the project as per the project management plan. Hope you understand what I mean. In next session, we will see what is project management plan, who prepares it, how it is prepared, what are the constituents of it, who approves it, who is the owner of the project management plan, how it looks like. Come on. Okay. So thanks for watching. Let's grow together by sharing knowledge. Have a nice day. Thank you.